Sell Your Car UK is back and delighted to offer for sale this absolutely gorgeous, this stunning Jaguar Xj6 3-litre V6 SE in this fabulous dark blue. It is a one owner from new car, first registered in March 2003, and it hasn't even hit 40,000 miles yet. It is a fabulous example, and for all its gorgeous beauty and its impeccable history and provenance, the only thing I can think of when I'm looking at it is this. It's Minder. It is totally Minder. Oh, it's fabulous. Arthur Daly would be proud. That's all I can play, otherwise YouTube will start charging me for it. It really is Minder, this car. It is gorgeous. The condition of it is fabulous. As I say, one owner from new. First registered in March 2003, and it's done 39,220 miles at this moment in time, and has a full service history, all been maintained by an excellent Jaguar independent specialist who is very well known and very well respected around these parts, and it is coming in fabulous condition. As you can see for yourself as we walk around it, there's no scrapes or dents or bangs or dings or anything of the sort. It's a managing director's car, and as I say, he has owned it from its very first day. Let's get up close and personal with this gorgeous Xj6, and we're going to start off with this lovely grille, real throwback grille, this one. Very smart. This is the SE spec, so it's not got the big sports looks. It's actually got a much more refined, much more classic feel to it. You've got the chrome surrounds there on the bumpers, front and rear parking sensors on this one, all working perfectly, as is everything in fact. The lights are also crystal clear, no condensation, no hazing, no cracks, no dead spiders living in them. You can see the lights down here as well on the lower valance of the bumper. Bumper's in really, really good condition. You can see for yourself, you saw that side, and now we're having a look at this side as well. There's no scrapes or scratches. All those lenses are clear. And again, have a look here, you can see those lights crystal clear as well. Having a look down the passenger side of the car now, have a good look all the way down. The sun's really shining at the moment, so it might be a bit difficult, but what you can see is just how beautiful that paintwork is. Now, I can't say for certain if it's all original paint, but it does look fabulous. Really, really deep shine, lovely clear reflection, no orange peel, no blended lines. It just looks great. Loads of life in a tyre over here on the front left corner. That's a Pirelli P6000, not a cheap tyre. You've got loads of life left in those. It's just had brand new pads. In fact, it's just had a service. In fact, it's had a service every year without fail, even if it's only done 200 miles since its last one, as is the case with the most recent service. The managing director who I mentioned, unfortunately they're just not in a position to be driving around the car anymore. They're parting with it with a very heavy heart, it must be said, and we're looking for a really nice and responsible home that it's going to go to. We want this car to stay as it is and to be kept and maintained and loved as much as it has been for the last 14 years of its life. These are electrically folding wing mirrors. They also fold in actually when you lock the car as well. No scuffs on the edges of those where it's been bashed into parking sensors. Lovely chrome handles. And you can see here as well, there's no dings, there's no dents. The passenger side of the car actually is without doubt stunning. There's no other word for it. Just looks amazing. I'm going to come around this way now and show you up the side. Have a good look, stretch your view all the way down the car, and you can just see as we gently bounce up and down, there's no ripples in that paint. Really, really solid, great condition. Another Pirelli P6000 at the back here, and again, loads of life in those tyres. The wheels are good. There are some curbing marks. I think I just briefly showed you that in the first wheel. Very much to the edges, not so much to the faces. The badges have lost a little bit of their patina. I think that's to be expected, especially going through car washes these days with hand car washes, the stuff they put on your wheels to clean them, that can have a detrimental effect. It's actually held up very well. Coming around the back of the car, so we've got rear parking sensors as well. And the other thing you'll notice, oh, you can see me. Hello. The other thing you'll notice isn't that, it's that the bumpers are really tidy. They have had a respray before, I can see that. You've got to know what you're looking for, but it really does look fantastic. Great job done by them, whoever did that and whenever it was done. The rear tailgate's looking fantastic. I want to show you, and it's really important that I do, if you don't know what you're looking for in these cars, real things that you need to look for are signs of rust. Very, very common around these edges. A lot of the car is actually made out of aluminium, so rust isn't really the right word for it. It's oxidization. And I'm just showing you around here because there's no signs of that here. It's probably been treated because it would have occurred at some stage. And in fact, I'm just going around and showing you the wheel arches as well, because the same is said for that. There is one wheel arch that has got some oxidization that started to occur. I'll show you that in due course. It's very minor, but I'm just showing you these edges because once these go, if they're not treated and maintained properly, and you might have to do them yourselves if you're keeping the car for another 10 years, then it can lead to these windscreens becoming loose, water getting in, and then you get all kinds of stainage going along the back here. We don't have that at all in the back of this car. It's a fabulous condition car. Even with the low mileage, it could still occur because of the age, but in actual fact, this car's just beautiful. You can see in the back here, you've got the blind that goes up. Likewise as well, those speakers, 3x3 headrests and a heated rear screen with no cracks or damage, and that third level, high level brake light. At the back here, we've got the chrome trim along the boot with that fabulous Jaguar badge, making it a Jag or a UR. Xj6 badge as well, loads of patina on there, no issues with that whatsoever. And carrying on around the back here, there's no scrapes or scratches of the sort here along here where the car's been maybe opened up and golf clubs or that kind of thing have been dragged out. There is some evidence here of a previous repair. I'm being very fussy. I want to show you it because I don't want there to be any surprises. It looked like the paint had cracked before, and that has been repaired and resprayed, and you've really got to know what you're looking for to be able to see the remnants of that. In fact, it's not even showing up in the camera, but I can see it, and I'm going to tell you about it because I don't want you coming down and having any nasty surprises. And you'll look at that when you come down and you'll go, no, I still can't see it. What the hell are you talking about? The point is, it's had it. I want to be absolutely upfront and honest, as I always am in these videos, so I'm showing you that. And as we come around the back here, you can see a very tidy rear corner. No scrapes, no scratches, no scuffs. Lights are also in good condition. These rear lenses, awesome looking bits of kit. And there's no cracks, no breaks, no condensation. And as I love to say in these videos, no dead spiders. Now let's have a look down the driver's side of the car. And again, just cast your eye all the way down the side. Just going to bounce gently so that you can see there's no ripples, there's no dings or dents. Those door edges are all crystal clear. Absolutely lovely condition this car's coming in, it really is. Going along the rear wing here, you can see for yourself there's no scratches or scrapes, and again just coming around the windscreen edge of the rear windscreen, no rust. There's a tiny bit just there, actually you can just see sneaking out from underneath that rubber trim. That is minute. I wouldn't start worrying about that just yet. And you can see for yourself these arches as well. They're in good condition. The front driver's side arch is the one that's got a bit of oxidization. I'll show you that in due course. That's just a little bit of grease just there. Another Pirelli P6000 with loads of life left in it as well. Discs and pads are all good all the way around it. As I mentioned, the front pads have just been changed. The rear ones have been checked out in a service. It's all good. There's some curbing to this wheel. And again, it's 99% the edges and then 1% on the face. You can just see that one there. Patina on this badge, as you can see the condition there. There's another full-size spare wheel in the boot as well, actually. I'll come to that in due course. And that's got a full-size tyre on it as well. We'll have a look at that very shortly. Just going down the driver's side of the car now. Another very tidy door handle there, all the chrome's in good condition. Only one keyhole on the car, and that's here on the driver's door. I just want to come down the driver's door, and it looks like it has had a respray at some point, and whoever did it, their work hasn't lasted, and you can just see the orange peel in there. Now we've had to have a good look at this. If you want this sorted out so that it is crystal clear and reflective and like a mirror basically, like you can see here with the top half of the car, it looks like a lovely blue mirror, and you can see that gorgeous reflection, really deep shine in this car. If you want that down here as well, where you can, maybe I'm being too fussy for my own good, but you can just see it's a little bit more orange peely, and as I go along there, maybe you can see that and you can pick up on that. We can have that sorted out for you. It's not the most expensive thing in the world to do, and we can have that looking absolutely perfect if you want it. Alternatively, take it as it is. We've reflected that little bit in the price. Obviously, you're looking here at a one owner, 40,000 mile, not even 40,000 mile car. I think you can forgive it, its transgressions. Wing mirror here, hello. Very tidy, again, no scratches or scuffs. And carrying along on the front wing here, it's a tiny scratch just there. Wouldn't start touching that in, and I certainly wouldn't respray an entire wing just for that. It's just part and parcel of the car's history. And rather amusingly, over here, we do have another Pirelli, but this, a bit more of an expensive tyre, this is a P0 over here. This is a P0 Rosso to be precise, all running on 18-inch alloy wheels, and this front wheel is in the same kind of condition as the last one. A little bit of a chunk there on the wheel, nothing to be concerned about, and indeed it's just passed an MOT last month, so it's all fit for purpose. Loads of life in that tyre. This tyre was most likely changed because of a puncture, and they probably didn't have a Pirelli P6000, so went for a P0 instead. I can't really show you the discs and pads, but any inspection is welcome. If you want to come down here with a Jaguar specialist, or perhaps just a mechanic that you trust, welcome to any inspection. And indeed, if you want to do an AA or RAC inspection, then likewise bring them along. There are locking wheel nuts on the car to stop these alloys from getting stolen, and we've got all the tools, including that locking wheel nut, in the boot. Just to mention, because I did say about it earlier, here is that little spot of oxidization. I'm assuming this is aluminium. Most likely is, in which case this isn't rust, this is actually oxidization, and can quite easily be treated. If you want to get that done at the same time that you're doing that lower part of the door, have a chat with us. I'm sure we could help you get that done to an absolutely amazing standard. Now, carrying on round to the front of the car where it all began, I'm just going to end with the bonnet. The bonnet is just immaculate, it really is. Never been used as a cat's bed, which Jaguars, that happens an awful lot for some reason. I think it's just because I think they like the cat on the front. I've no idea, but you do get to see some scratched bonnets when you look at Jaguars over the years. I've certainly noticed it myself. There's no stone chips. It's in really good condition. It may well have had a respray at some point in time, but you can just see how gorgeous that paintwork's been done. There's no rust. Again, you would sometimes see rust spots where these edges meet, and again, it's just fabulous. Again, sorry, not rust, oxidization. Got to be clear on that, because that is not a metal bonnet. So I'm just showing you all these edges here, so you can see that for yourself. You're not going to have any nasty surprises coming down to see this car. It's just had brand new wipers put on, genuine Jaguar wipers, which include those little things going along the bottom there, that little ice scraper or whatever that is. And those windscreens and all the windows and glass, crystal clear, no condensation. I don't think they've ever been replaced. In fact, we took out the tax disc holder that was here, and we've still got that, and that showed 2014. So it certainly hasn't been replaced as far as we know for that time, and this old automotive services sticker here would suggest the same as well. The other thing just to mention, there's no stone chips, not even little ones. It's just fabulous condition, this car really is. It's going to make whoever buys it absolutely ecstatic and a little bit unbearable. Now, it's coming with 2 keys. They look like these. They're remote central locking. You've got buttons on here to turn the lights on, open the boot, unlock and lock. I'll just lock it first of all, just to show you those wing mirrors folding in, and unlocking it folds them back out. And now let's go and have a look inside the car. Now, it's got a beige leather interior, and the first thing, well, maybe not the first thing you notice, but certainly the first thing I'm going to point out is that the leather could do with a very, very good professional interior valet. A full leather clean will get this leather looking absolutely amazing. There's some wear to it, to be expected. Jaguar use very high quality leathers in their seats, not like your German brands. I'm not picking a fight with anyone, I'm just telling it how it is. So you do see wear on the seats, especially on these sides bolsters where the occupant is sliding in and out of the car. That certainly happens. The reason it's looking mucky like that is because dirt gets into those creases and is much harder to get out and clean. So as I say, a full interior, full leather clean on this car, you're looking at probably around about 200 quid to do it, but once it's done, there's no reason why this interior won't look as good as new. Just needs that little bit of TLC to get it there. I'll show you something very interesting in the boot very shortly, which will make you laugh as well, talking about cleaning the leather. So you've got a multi-function steering wheel with cruise control, and over here controls for your stereo. On the stalks you've got a trip computer, and you've got auto wipers over here. Some controls here for the lights, for the fog lights front and rear. And over on this side, where do I begin? First of all, you've got your button there for electrically folding those wing mirrors in, and those control the actual wing mirrors themselves, so if you want to adjust the view. And these are your electric windows with a lock for the rear passengers. Those are one touch up and down. And then coming up here to this gorgeous trim, this beautiful wood trim which flows throughout. They don't make them like they used to. The handles here, these lovely chrome handles, you've got the little tweeter speakers just built in there, and next to that 3 memory settings for the front driver's seat. Obviously you don't have a rear driver's seat, but you know what I mean. The front seat on the driver's side has a memory position. The other thing to note as well, that memory position, it's electrically adjustable seats. You've got the controls just down here, and it's also got an electrically adjustable steering wheel, and it's also got easy exit and entry as well. So when you actually do turn off the car, what will happen is the seat will slide back, so you've got much better access in and out of the vehicle. I'm going to jump in the car now. I'm going to take the key and pop it in the ignition, and we're going to start the car. Oh, I slid forward. And we're going to start the car. Starts first time, on a dime. No warning lights, no issues whatsoever. We've got some lights on the dash just telling me to take the handbrake off or to put my seatbelt on. Is that one just there? Now we're not going to go for a drive in the car, so we're going to keep those lights on. It's an electrically controlled handbrake or a parking brake, and you just use that switch over there, and that's just behind that fabulous J-gate automatic gearbox with this really gorgeous wood handle. Look at that, isn't that fabulous? You can really see the grain in that. I'll say it again, and I'm not going to say it after this. They don't make them like they used to. It's a 5-speed automatic gearbox, and you've also got a little button up here for sport, and if you're an absolutely crazy person, you can turn the traction control off should you so wish. Behind here we've got, oh, I'll just give that a little bit of push, there we go. Behind here we've got an ashtray with a chrome surround and a cigarette lighter with a chrome knob to it. Nice touches. I haven't tested that cigarette lighter. Take it as read that it doesn't work, because they don't always, but well, I'll tell you what, let's have a look here. Oh no, it pops in. I was going to say, and if it does, it's a bonus, so let's just see if that pops out. And as we do wait for that, let's just carry on up here, and we can see you've got this piano black interior trim around the stereo controls, and it's quite a big unit this. That top half is for the dual zone climate control, and this bottom half controls the stereo, which includes a CD player and also controls for your phone. I haven't tried pairing it. I'm not sure it will actually work as a phone, because Bluetooth in 2003 was not something that was very common. More likely you had to have the phone connection system. I would take it as read that it doesn't have a phone, and if it does, it's a bonus. Whatever you do, don't start putting a Parrot Bluetooth kit in and start drilling holes in this gorgeous dash. You're better off just buying yourself something that will just clip onto a sun visor, something like that. The sun visors have the mirror. Hello, now you can't see me properly, and you've got the lights on there as well, which work perfectly. Up here, just carrying along, you've got the little button that turns off your parking sensors, and that does the blind at the back. I might have to push and hold it. Oh, no, doesn't look like it wants to work, that does it? Okay, take it as read that that's not working at the moment. It might need somebody to have a fiddle with it. I can hear the motor working, so it probably hasn't been used for a long time, and as such, yeah, as I say, take it as read that that's not going to work. In here, a little case for your sunglasses to sit in, and then you've got the sun visor over here again with those lights when you flip that up. Beautiful headlining and in really fabulous condition. There's a little bit of a crease going along here where I think the glue's coming away and it might need to be re-glued. You can actually see when I push up that does push up a little bit. Slight sag. It's not unexpected, to be honest with you, and I want to make you aware of that so you know for yourself. If you want to have that sorted out, then you know where you start with that. Carrying on now into the main part of the cabin, I also want to show you we've got this beautiful wood that carries on throughout, and then in the middle of the dash, in true Jaguar style, you've got that clock with the Jaguar going on there. Once upon a time, those clocks were actually made by Jaeger, which was interesting because it looked like it said Jaguar, but it actually said Jaeger. I've only seen it a few times. Here we've got the dials. And as you see, we've been running now for a few moments. I did drive to this location, so the car didn't start from cold, but I did start the car this morning from cold with no issues. It started exactly the same, and you'll see that for yourself when you come to buy the car. And we've got very nice temperature holding steady there, not a lot of fuel in it. I'll save it from being nicked. And the mileage, now I said it's done less than 40,000. That is an absolutely genuine 39,221 miles. That will go up a tiny fraction because we have to drive the car back, but the car's not being used anymore. It hasn't been used really for years as a regular vehicle, and it is now time to find a home where somebody will love it, appreciate it, and give it a good run every now and then. Fabulous Jaguar badge there, just on the steering wheel. Now moving along back here, I just want to show you the stereo is working perfectly, and it's got a full Alpine stereo system. So let's find a nice station here with some good music. Everything's doing talk at the moment.
11 o'clock.
Oh,
here's the latest.
It's 11 o'clock, so all we've got is news. Let's try and find a station.
My kids who run around calls it.
Authorities are crossing.
We're going to struggle. It's all advert. I'll come back to that. What are the chances? I should have guessed when I saw that, really, but nevertheless, I'll come back when the news is finished so you can check. Now, I did say take it as read that the cigarette lighter is not working. The cigarette lighter is not working. Probably needs a fuse. Yeah, I've popped that in. It's not popping. Oh! Well, that's bizarre. Let's just check, see if it's got hot. No. No, probably needs a fuse. Yep, not uncommon. Shall I give it a touch or a smell? No, that's definitely, I'm not going to touch it just in case it is working, but it definitely isn't from what I can see. Now, what else is there to show you? Now, this is something, actually, this is a shame, but it is what it is. You can see this little gap going around here. You might not have even noticed it if I'd not mentioned it to you. If I push this button here, that is the glove compartment. Very nice soft opening there. And you can see now that this has just come away from here. For whatever reason, build quality is the reason I'm going to go with, but for whatever reason, if you wanted to try and get that sorted out, then by all means have a go, but I think you might be wasting your time and your money. You might be able to get a new glove compartment from somewhere, from a Breakers or what have you, but it might not be a perfect match for the interior. Leave it as it is, it's fine, and you can now see what I mean by that gap just running there. The light in here is working. You've also got a little tray just up here for putting your handbooks. And then over here, another 12-volt power plug. Excuse me. If you want to plug something in and charge it up, you never know, maybe the cigarette lighter will work in there. Down here, I was saying it's got a fantastic stereo. That's an Alpine kit, and you can see those speakers there. And just behind that, you've got the full mats. They are original Jaguar mats throughout. I think that pretty much covers the interior. One last thing to mention. Hello again, is you've got an auto dimming rear view mirror, or an electrochromatic rear view mirror, so that'll pick up when bright lights are shining on it, and it will dim it automatically. Right, I'll turn the engine off now. There's not much more for me to show you. Oh, as the seat moves back again, nice touch. Oh, over here is your electrically adjustable steering wheel controls. Just thought I'd show you that. I'll just quickly show you in the back, and it's in lovely condition. There are, strangely, ISOFIX points in this car. ISOFIX wasn't essential until 2006, but somebody decided to spec it, obviously the current keeper, so this car's got them. You've also got a centre armrest, and that's what colour the leather should be. Looks like it's never been down, and indeed looks like nothing's ever been in them. Fabulous condition, that. You've also got a cigarette lighter in the back here and another power point, and map pockets for putting in maps, because in 2003 you used maps. Again, you've got lovely mats in the car, and it's really lovely condition in the back here. 3x3 point seat belts and 3 headrests as well, and plenty of legroom. Really lovely. Right, last but by no means least, in the boot, in true Sell Your Car UK style, we have the docks. And here we go. This is all the stuff that's going to be coming with the car. I'll go through it briefly, but first just to show you, you've got the V5 here, no former keepers. We've blocked out the details of the current keeper for data protection. We've got the MOT history on the vehicle and all of the last MOT certificate, which very annoyingly, that should be 38,805 was the miles when it was serviced, and the MOT tester accidentally put 3805. That was missed, including by myself, I'm very sad to say, and as such that is now permanently on the record of this car. If you want, we'll do a new MOT with the current mileage, although that will still say on the history of the car. There's not much we can do about it, but the mileage is genuine, and it's just a shame that that was the mileage that was entered by the tester. There's no advisory items on that, and indeed the car's just had a service. Have a look at this. This is a full service history, all been done by the same independent Jaguar specialist. We've got stamps throughout the book, every single May, going all the way back. Well, not every single, but nearly every single. And in fact, you can see the mileage there on the 16th of May as 38,805, recorded correctly in the book, but incorrectly on the VOSA certificate. That was less than 200 miles, 180 miles since it was last serviced in May 2016, which in turn was less than 1,000 miles since 2015. And then we've got stamps going all the way back here. So we've got 14, 13, 12, 11, 9, 8, and then we've got 2 stamps here that were done by HRO in 2005 at 13,500 and 2004 at 7,000 miles. It's a phenomenal service record for a car with such low mileage. It's also coming with a lovely green leather Jaguar wallet, which contains the other books, the driver's handbook and the audio system handbook. There's also the radio code that's coming with the car, and this I just love. So I said you'd have a bit of a giggle. The leather cleaner. So if you want to use it, I have tested this on a little area in the car and it actually works very well. But I still think you need to get somebody professional in to do it properly and to do it justice. And then you can just use this should you spill something on one of the seats. But this is amazing. This is the original Jaguar first aid kit. If there are plasters in there, I doubt they're still sticky. But it's still inside its original shrink wrap cellophane packaging. Love that. Over here we've got a CD player, CD changer, 6-disc, and underneath here, and I'll just move this all up here just for a second, underneath here we've got, as I mentioned, that full-size spare wheel, and this one has also got a Pirelli P0 Rosso. This one has been on the car. You can see a little chunk out of there, and you can also see the curbing going around it on the wheel. And this is funny, a little Jaguar screen wash bottle. There's a tiny bit left, because if you want screen wash, it's got to be Jaguar screen wash. All the tools, as I said, including that locking wheel nut, and a very nice battery provided by Land Rover Jaguar. Looks like new, still works very well. And part of the reason for that, I'll show you now, is because the seller of this car, the owner from new, had installed a kill switch. He wasn't using the car very often, and to save the life of the battery and stop the car being stolen as well, he installed this kill switch just here, so he can actually disconnect the battery should he want to. Excuse me. Warning triangle in the boot, and I'm going to shut the boot on that note. Lovely soft clothing. I wouldn't say really soft closing, but certainly electrically closing boot. And there we have it. That's absolutely everything. There's nothing more to say. This beautiful Jaguar Xj6 V6 SE is available for sale exclusively using the services here at Sell Your Car UK. We're selling it on behalf of a private seller. We're not able to put a warranty on this car. It's being sold as seen. We can't do a warranty because of the age of the vehicle. We use Warranty Wise and they just won't put a warranty on it, but it's in great working order. It's running perfectly and it just looks fabulous. I mean, look at that, it's gorgeous. If you need finance, have a chat with us about that. We're not FCA accredited, but we have sold cars to people who've used finance companies, so we'll have a chat with you about that. And likewise as well, if you've got a car you'd like to use in part exchange, then we'll see what we can do with that. But as I said, there's only one place to get this stunning example of this fabulous Jaguar Xj6, and that is exclusively using the services of Sell Your Car UK. Thanks for watching. Sorry, I couldn't read this. Thanks for watching.